Scene script. Did you know that the humble eggshell, often discarded, harbors an incredible secret beneficial for your garden? Indeed, these seemingly insignificant shells are a powerhouse of nutrients, especially rich in calcium. This essential mineral is crucial for plant health, fortifying their cellular structure and promoting vigorous growth. Particularly for tomato and pepper plants, calcium plays a pivotal role in preventing the dreaded blossom end rot, ensuring your fruits develop beautifully and healthily. So before you think about tossing those eggshells, consider the wonders they can do for your plants. Start saving your eggshells today, and here's how you can do it effectively. After enjoying your eggs, take a moment to rinse the shells under cold water, scrubbing gently to remove any leftover egg white or yolk. It's crucial to ensure they're clean, as any residue can attract pests or cause mold. Once rinsed, place them on a paper towel or a clean dish rack to air dry thoroughly. This simple step prevents mold growth and prepares them for storage. With your eggshells clean and dry, you're ready for the next step. Now let's turn those eggshells from kitchen waste into a valuable garden resource. Start by gathering all your collected eggshells. If you have just a few, crushing them by hand might be the way to go. Simply place the shells in a durable bag and use a rolling pin or a heavy object to press and roll over them. Feel the crunch as the shells break down into smaller pieces. For those with a larger volume of eggshells, using a blender can save time and effort. Ensure the eggshells are dry to avoid clumping, and pulse them until you achieve a fine, powdery consistency. This finer texture is not just easier to work with, it also helps the shells decompose quicker when mixed into the soil, releasing calcium more efficiently to your plants. Remember, the goal is to get these shells to a state where they can easily blend into the earth and start their work as soon as possible. With your eggshells crushed, they're almost ready to meet your garden soil. Crushed eggshells can be used in various ways to boost your garden's health. These seemingly insignificant kitchen scraps are packed with calcium and other minerals essential for plant growth, making them a valuable addition to any garden. First, let's discuss using eggshells as a direct fertilizer. By simply crushing the shells into smaller pieces, you can sprinkle them directly around the base of your plants. This method is particularly beneficial for those who grow tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants, as these plants are heavy feeders of calcium. The slow release of nutrients helps prevent blossom end rot, a common issue caused by calcium deficiency. Moving on, eggshells can also be mixed into your compost pile. This is a splendid way to add a calcium boost to your compost. As the eggshells break down, they gradually enrich the compost with calcium and other minerals. When this enriched compost is added to your garden soil, it enhances the overall soil fertility, benefiting all your plants. It's a cycle of nourishment that starts with just a simple step of tossing your eggshells into the compost bin. Another fantastic use of eggshells is as a natural pest deterrent. The sharp edges of crushed eggshells are a practical barrier against soft-bodied pests like slugs and snails, which find crawling over these jagged surfaces uncomfortable. By forming a ring of crushed eggshells around the plants you wish to protect, you create a defense line that is organic and completely harmless to both plants and the environment. Moreover, for those who prefer a more aesthetic approach, these crushed shells can be used to line paths or decorate around the base of container plants, adding a decorative touch while still serving a functional purpose. Experiment with these methods to see which one your plants love the most. Whether it's boosting the nutrient content of the soil with a sprinkle of crushed shells or forming a protective barrier against pests, your garden can significantly benefit from this simple yet effective use of eggshells. For a quick nutrient boost, try making eggshell tea for your plants. Let's dive into how you can whip up this nutritious concoction right at home. Start by collecting the shells from around a dozen eggs. Wash them thoroughly to remove any residual egg white or yolk, as cleanliness is key. Once your shells are cleaned, crush them into smaller pieces. This increases the surface area, allowing more nutrients to leach out during the brewing process. Now take these crushed shells and place them into a large pot. Pour in about a gallon of water, enough to fully submerge the shells. Bring this curious mixture to a boil and then let it simmer gently for about 10 minutes. What's happening here is quite fascinating. As the water simmers, it extracts calcium from the eggshells, creating a fortified tea brimming with nutrients. After simmering, allow the solution to cool completely. Strain it to remove the shell fragments, and voila, your eggshell tea is ready to use. Water your plants with this homemade brew to enhance their growth and strength. This eggshell tea can be a magical potion, giving your plants a quick and easy nutrient boost. To get the most out of your eggshell fertilizer, keep these handy tips in mind. Firstly, moderation is key. While eggshells are an excellent source of calcium, too much of a good thing can lead to soil overcalcification. This can inhibit the absorption of other essential nutrients, making it harder for your plants to thrive. Aim to sprinkle a thin layer of crushed eggshells around your plants every few weeks, rather than all at once. Secondly, think synergy. Eggshells work best when combined with other compost materials. This creates a more balanced nutrient mix, offering your plants a well-rounded feast. Mix crushed eggshells with coffee grounds, vegetable scraps, or leaf mold. This concoction encourages beneficial microorganisms that promote healthy soil structure and plant growth. Lastly, consider the type of plants in your garden. Plants that love calcium, like tomatoes and peppers, will particularly benefit from eggshell additions. However, be mindful of plants that prefer more acidic soil, as eggshells may not be as beneficial for them. With these tips, you'll ensure your garden not only survives, but thrives. Avoid these common pitfalls when using eggshells in your garden. First up, let's talk cleanliness. It might seem trivial, but failing to properly clean your eggshells can attract unwanted pests and cause fungal diseases. Make sure to rinse them thoroughly to remove any egg white or yolk residues. It's a simple step, but skipping it can lead to bigger problems down the line. Next on the list is size. When adding eggshells to your garden, remember, size does matter. Larger pieces of eggshell won't break down quickly and won't be as effective. Instead, crush your eggshells into smaller, finer pieces. This increases the surface area, allowing them to decompose faster and start benefiting your plants sooner. Finally, moderation is key. While it's tempting to go all out, using too much eggshell can alter the pH levels of your soil, making it too alkaline. This can inhibit the absorption of essential nutrients by your plants. A light sprinkle around the base of your plants is all that's needed. Steer clear of these errors, and you're on your way to becoming an eggshell-using expert. Hear how others have succeeded with using eggshells in their gardens. Let's dive into the world of green thumbs who've turned a simple kitchen scrap into a gardening goldmine. Take Sarah from Vermont, for example. After incorporating finely crushed eggshells into her tomato planting routine, she noticed a drastic reduction in blossom end rot. Her tomatoes? Juicier and more vibrant than ever before. Then there's Michael in Oregon. An avid rose gardener, he began sprinkling eggshell powder around his rose bushes. The result? Stronger plants with more blooms and significantly fewer signs of pest damage. Michael swears by this method, calling it his secret weapon for a flourishing rose garden. Down in Texas, Emma shared how using eggshell tea has transformed her vegetable garden. The added calcium has not only boosted the growth of her leafy greens, but also improved the overall soil structure, making it more fertile and robust. Inspired yet? Your garden could be the next success story. Now that you know the ins and outs of using eggshells in your garden, let's quickly recap the journey we've taken. From collecting and preparing your eggshells to exploring various methods like creating nutrient-rich eggshell tea, we've covered it all. Remember, applying these eggshell techniques can significantly boost your plant's health by providing essential calcium. Avoid the common pitfalls we discussed, and you're all set for success. Give these ideas a try and watch your garden flourish. Happy gardening!